two queens stand before me. Prior to tonight, you are asked to prepare a lip-sync performance. Ladies, this is your last chance to impress me, earn the first win of the season. The time has come. To lip-sync for your life!
Hi there YouTube, DiamondFlame45 here with another video. Woo! It's officially March, y'all. This year is flying by so fast. But even though 2025 is already here, I wanted to create this video to reflect on some of the figures that were released in 2024 because honestly, y'all, 2024 was a year of very good anime figure releases. I was very impressed by the lineup, not gonna lie. But you might be wondering, but Diamond, it's already March. Why are you doing your top figures of 2024 so late into March? I know. But I feel like this video should be created before I start reviewing any figures for 2025. So sorry about that, y'all, if it's a little bit too late, but better late than never, right? So for this video, I'm going to list my top figures of 2024. But before we start, y'all, let's go over some rules, okay? So here are the rules. So the figure must be released in 2024. No re-releases, and lastly, no duplicates, or else Miki will be dominating these lists, y'all. We don't want that. So now that we've gone over my rules for the top figures to 2024, let's get started. But before we start, y'all, if you guys have been enjoying my content, please like and subscribe, and don't be afraid to turn on notifications so you'll be updated for future content. So without further ado, let's get started for my top 10 figures of 2024. So for number 10, this might be a little bit of a cop-out because I bought him in 2024, but I didn't review him in the channel. But it's actually gonna be One Piece Monkey D. Luffy Portrait of Pirates Wild Maximum Gear 5 by Megahouse. Ooh, that's a mouthful. And honestly, y'all, I was very impressed by this Luffy figure. Like, you might actually see him in the display in the background right there. He's right next to my little husbando corner because I don't really have that many male figures, y'all. I can literally count the male figures I have in two hands. But I was just impressed by this figure sculpt. Like, the texturing of his shorts and his outfit, and I really like the tan take on him because it makes him look much more imposing. And not only that, I just like how well the white pearlescent paint contrasts well with this figure. It's like very cool and dynamic and imposing pose. Like, he's ready to get into action. And honestly, y'all, like, I've been getting into like a One Piece figure kind of hype because, as you guys can see, I also got that Zoro right there who was re-released this year. But what can I say, y'all, like, such a cool and imposing take. Like, I just like the pearlescent paint job. And this is probably my favorite figure of him that's in his Gear 5 pose. He's on my list as number 10 because we need more male figure representation in this hobby. So pretty cool guy. Glad that he made it into my list. So number 9 on my top 10 figures of 2024 will be none other than Fate Grand Order Seishonagon Archer by Fat Company. And y'all, I really ended up liking this figure more than I thought because I'm not gonna lie, first I was a little bit skeptical of her quality control because Fat Company can be a little bit inconsistent, but they actually did a very excellent job on this Sei. Like, I just love the pose, like the paint job and sculpt on this Sei is very impressive. Like, such a fun, cheerful Garu pose, and the colors are just so vibrant. And Sei's character design was actually illustrated by Mika Picasso. Hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly. And y'all, I really like her art style. It's so fun, popish, and colorful. Like, for me, she kind of reminds me of like the anime Andy Warsaw. She recently had like a Disney collaboration. It was so cool. Like, I love her artistic interpretations on beloved Disney characters. Fat Company really did justice with this Sei figure. Like, the thing I really find appealing about this figure is I just like the juxtaposition, like very ancient Japanese elements, as well as like her modern accessories. Like, she's wearing like a kimono-esque schoolgirl outfit mixed with like some Japanese sandals with like a Balenciaga purse. Like, it's such a crazy over-the-top combination that makes this figure stand out so much. And it's such a fun and chaotic juxtaposition of elements you wouldn't expect to go together, but they do. It's like ancient Japan meeting modern Garu culture. Like, such a fun figure. I'm glad I was able to get her in my collection, and very happy to list her in my top figures of 2024. Highly recommend this cool, chaotic, modern, historical Garu. So number 8 was a tough one because I was so torn between two choices, but I ended up choosing this one as number 8 in my list. And it's none other than Needy Girl Overdose K-Angel by Apex Innovation. And y'all, when I was torn, I was literally torn because I ended up liking the Furyu K-Angel more than I thought because her color colors are so vibrant and the pose is very fun, but I thought this thoroughly, and the Apex version kind of won by a little bit, but by a smidge, because how cool and dynamic the base is. Like, the base actually lights up, y'all. And I was just very impressed by the paintwork and sculpt job of this K-Angel by Apex. And for me, I really like interpreting and analyzing figures. Maybe I'm just overthinking them, but I really like how this figure balances like cute, innocent playfulness with a bit of like geeky kind of sexiness, because you can see her G string a little bit on the side, y'all. It's just those elements contrasting each other that kind of made this figure very interesting for me, because Furyu's K-Angel is just straight up fun, cute, and playful, like, but this one has a little bit of subtle sexiness to her. And of course, like, there's so many cool elements on this figure, and I just think that Apex is setting a really high bar on what we can expect from figures, because look, y'all, this K-Angel figure cost me less than $200. Like, yo, I have figures that cost more than that aren't as detailed, and especially not as well sculpted in terms of like the base. Like, look at the base, y'all. Like I said, it lights up. And honestly, y'all, if you had to choose on the quintessential K-Angel figure to add to your collection, it'll probably be her, because it's a fun pose, excellent paintwork and sculpt, and she comes with a lot, y'all. Like, very impressed by Apex with this figure, and I'm looking forward to their future figures released in 2025, because I actually have a lot of them pre-ordered. So let's see how they turn out, y'all. So really cool, fun, and well-designed figure. Like, glad that she's on the list. So number 7 on my list is none other than Furyu by Kleino. And y'all, like, for me, this Furyu figure, it's so beautiful. Like, the simplicity of the design works so well for Furyu. Her expression is spot on and her demeanor is flawless. And I also like how pale she is, because it's very in character to her design, because she is like an elf. Like, her calm story system is so beautiful, but yeah, you can tell like she's ready to get some done because of her pose, like walking towards like the battlefield. Such a simple but beautifully executed figure by Kleino. She's probably the best Furyu figure release based on like just the execution of the character. Like, such a beautifully stoic figure, but the sculpt, the paint job, like, for me, there's beauty and simplicity, and that's why I gravitated towards Kleino's Furyu. It's such a beautifully powerful figure, y'all. Like, the presence just shows that she's ready to get down to business. Like, such a beautiful figure. Glad to have her in my collection. So number 6 on my top figures of 2024 is actually Fate Grand Order Ultra Pendragon Beast Style by Furyu. And y'all, like, he is one of my first 1/4 bunnies by Furyu, and he's such a beautiful figure and very big too. Like, she's literally a giant woman, and the reason why I really like this figure captures the essence of what you expect a bunny girl to be. She literally reminds me of a Playboy bunny. She has like that casino-esque aesthetic and vibe. Like, she has a very excellent paint job, like sculpt. I just like how the blues and golds and whites contrast very well with this figure. Like, it's a very premium looking figure, and I expected it to be premium because she was actually delayed for a bit. I want to say she was delayed for like half a year, but the wait was worth it. She actually left a really good impression of me by Furyu, because let's keep it real, Furyu's 1/4 bunnies as a recent could be a little bit hit or miss, but she's definitely one of the hitters, and she's such a grail worthy figure. Like, I'm a sucker for silver faces. I can tell Furyu put a lot of effort with this figure, because this ruler figure, yes, exudes classy sex appeal, and how can I say, such a beautiful figure. Like, great figure, and she embodies what you expect a casino bunny to be. Gorgeous figure, hands down. So we're finally making it to halfway into the list, and we actually have some pretty good contenders. So now let's see who's gonna be number 5 on this list. So number 5 on this list is none other than this iconic Garu. It is Marin Kitagawa by maxfactory. And y'all, like, when I say she's one of the best schoolgirl figures, heck, probably the best Marin figure released as of now. Like, I'm not joking. Like, this figure, it's so well executed and designed. Like, she's just a simple schoolgirl in her uniform, but maxfactory did so much justice to figure. Like, the hair sculpt, the paint job, like the little details, her little accessories, like the feel of her legs, yo. Like, this figure shows that you can have a simple design figure but be executed so well, and maxfactory did justice with this Marin figure. Like, I literally ended up getting more Marin figures into my collection. Like, I literally have like a Marin drawing unintentionally. So this figure is just so breathtakingly beautiful in design, and it proves to show that you don't have to have like an over-the-top figure to leave an impact on you. Like, literally, she's just a schoolgirl, and her design, like the vibrancy of her colors, and yes, the overall sculpt of this figure is like chef's kiss. So beautiful. Like, this figure literally defines either beauty and simplicity, and maxfactory definitely executed well on this figure. Like, good job, Max Factory. So number 4 on my list is none other than Flagrant Order Scotty Casta. Third Ascension by Good Smile Company. And y'all, this Ice Queen is so breathtakingly beautiful. For me, she's like the FGO Elsa, and the colors on this figure are so breathtakingly beautiful. I just like how the gold, silver, purple, and pastel pink accents just harmoniously blend well together with this Scotty. Like, honestly, she's the best Scotty figure in the market, hands down. Like, Good Smile Company did an excellent job with this figure's execution and paint work. Even though this Scotty is meant to be like an Ice Queen because she's like a Nordic caster, this figure still kind of feels warm to me because of the subtle pink accents you see on this figure that kind of exude like a sense of warmth and dynamic motion. It's like so beautiful. This figure has such appeal that like, even my friend and relatives said that she was very pretty. Heck, my mom said she was a very pretty looking figure. And she doesn't really like my anime figure. So if you have parents saying that she's pretty, like, you know that Good Smile Company did an excellent job on her, that because even normies will comment how pretty she is, like, and that's like an accomplishment in itself. I look forward to the other Flagrant Order figures that they'll be releasing this year because I do have some on pre-order for May, so let's see how they go. Like, such a beautiful Ice Cream, breathtakingly beautiful. Like, I'm glad that Scotty made it as number 4 on my list. Without a doubt, best Scotty figure hands down. Beautiful, like, chef's kiss. So we are in the final countdown, y'all. So number 3 on my list is none other than this early 2000 anime icon. It is Shakugan no Shana by Good Smile Company. And y'all, like, this figure is just a love letter to early 2000s anime culture because I actually grew up with Shakugan no Shana back in the early 2000s, back in the old YouTube days. And y'all, like, this figure is so breathtakingly beautiful. And she was a bit of a hassle to get because I missed her Good Smile Company pre-order. I was able to get her through Amazon Japan, but then they canceled her pre-order. And I was able to get her through Hobby Search, but she was missing in transit for like a month, but she ended up appearing into my place. So lots of ordeals getting this figure, but she was well worth it. And this figure is just so breathtakingly beautiful, like the dynamic pose, the beautiful flaming wings, like that badass looking sword. Like, you can tell that Good Smile Company put their heart and soul into this figure. Like, this figure truly embodies like early 2000s anime culture because of her hoge, like the emphasis on wings, like cute girls with big ass weapons. Just like, this figure is just so nostalgic for me because it reminds me of such simpler days. And Good Smile Company definitely delivered on this beautiful red eye hunter beauty, like gorgeous, like real worthy. Heck, she's probably the best China figure in the market, hands down. Highly recommend. So y'all, like, the moment is here. So who is going to be number 2 in my top figures of 2024? And the answer might surprise you. And number 2 on my list is actually Hatsune Miku Magical Mirai 2023 version by Design Coco. You might be wondering, but Diamond, Miku as your second? Because if you guys watched my last year video, my number 1 figure for 2023 was actually Strawberry Miku. But 2024 had such strong figure contenders, but still Miku made it close to the list as second because this Magical Mirai 2023 Miku is so cool. I love very unique, edgy interpretations of Miku. And I really like this streetwear Balenciaga kind of aesthetic that they went with her. Like, it's so fun, cool, and edgy. I just like how cheeky her attitude is. I just like the little bad girl edge to her. Like, the colors are just so vibrant and they pop. I just like her cute little fangs and of course those beautifully captivating, sharp cat-like eyes. Like, it was a really tough choice because this Miku is like one of my favorite Mikus of 2024, hands down. There are so many strong contenders, but this one just emerged as my favorite Miku for 2024 because it's rare for us to get like really cool, edgy, like streetwear-esque takes on Miku. It's like most of the time we just get her as cute, beautiful, elegant, but this Miku, she's not afraid to show some edge, so that's why she makes it as my top 2 figure of 2024. So of course Miku is gonna be doing well in my list because I love me my Mikus, and I definitely have more Mikus pre-ordered for 2025, that's for sure. Really cool figure, really edgy, like urban-esque take on Miku, like so fun, so cool, highly recommend. So we finally made it, y'all. Who ended up being my number 1 figure release in 2024? It wasn't Miku, so who could it be? So the moment you've been waiting for. My number one figure release in 2024 is none other than the Dark Paladin by Furyu's F-Next line. Like, I can't believe a male figure made it as my number one figure released in 2024. But he did, y'all. Like, such a cool and badass looking figure, y'all. Like, Furyu's F-Next line can be a hit or miss, but they definitely nailed Dark Paladin out of the park. Like, such a cool and epically badass looking figure, y'all. Like, the cool black armor, the cool gold accent, like that badass Buster Blade sword, that intimidating flame base with a magician's circle. Like, this figure just exudes cool, edgy, emo-esque vibes that define like the early 2000s, and it's such a nostalgic figure, and it's such a beautiful homage to like early 2000s anime culture. And honestly, now that I think about it, a lot of the figures in my list were magician-esque or magical adjacent related. Like, I had Freerin, I had Scotty, Shauna, the Dark Paladin. Like, that's an interesting pattern I've been noticing. But yeah, y'all, he ended up being my favorite figure released in 2024 because it's such a cool, imposing, beautifully executed figure. And I hope that more anime figure manufacturers release more badass, epic looking male figures, because they deserve some love too. And that's a hill I don't mind standing on, because we need more cool, rugged male anime figures. Maybe some sexy ones along the way. Like, give me some ideas, Native. But anyway, he's number one. Such a badass looking figure, such a cool and epic figure. Like, highly recommend. So there you have it, y'all. Those were my top 10 figures released in 2024. Hopefully you found my choices interesting. I always enjoy watching videos like these because I love seeing other figure collectors and content creators' taste in figures, because you can tell a lot about a person's personality and idiosyncrasies by the figures they collect. I guess for me, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not afraid to admit this, I have very basic taste. If it's good quality and good looking, like, I'll get it and add it to my collection. But I feel like I have a nice balanced taste in figures. I like yugioh, but I also like my badass looking rugged male figures as well. So it's good to have that balance. I'll say this, 2025 has a lot of strong contenders, and I'm definitely gonna have a lot of firsts, because I'm not gonna lie, I might be ordering my first Stalking Dream. So let's see how that goes. Hopefully I don't go into another slippery slope, but 2025 is looking to be a very ambitious year for figures, because there's so many good releases. But yeah, y'all, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye.